Hey, Gutfoxx here. Today we're going to talk through making some coins off the position hero market, shifting through its launch week, and who I think are the best players to speculate on going forward. And I'm sorry for the length ahead of time in this market Monday, but there's a lot of information to get you all so you can both understand how we are making coins as well as a cheat sheet since I've already done the research on how to do it. Oh, and this is Legends bundle I've saved to open, so after this is some gameplay in case you want to know what's happening in the background here at the screen. Alright, sponsor is trying to scrounge some coins up for y'all before golden tickets hit in 2 to 3 weeks. Need mad pro pack stacks. Alright, let's get into it. So a few weeks ago, I talked through a strategy on how to make coins on position heroes involving a Twitter account that was leaking information. Unfortunately, that has been shut down, so we've pivoted. Today's video is how to make those money on the sets without speculation or prior knowledge. Basically, an extended intro right here. I'm sorry for how long this has been. First of all, make sure you're up when the server changes over on Sundays. So that's 10:30 Eastern, and adjust that to whatever time zone you live in. Greenwich Mean Time, I don't care. Anyways, take a look at the set. Find out the most rare player in the set for that position hero, or, well, obviously 2 heroes. It'll either be a 74 overall gold or the highest rated card in this set, in that order. Buy whatever that card is, the most rare or highest overall. Even if it gets to 100k that morning, and it really doesn't even matter if you're on when it switches over, as you got a couple hour break, of course. But our money's made through the week here on this. Alright, the collectible is really expensive at the beginning, and this is the key to success. People calculate what it costed the set and price accordingly. Well, lucky for us, the collectible goes down in price dramatically through the week. But when something falls in a set, something else goes up in price. So let's talk about the position hero so far. Tight End was released on 2/14, or February 14th for those who don't like numbers. Well, 14's still a number. Screw you. Go and look at MUT. Road to the playoff, Delaney Walker's 89 overall peaked on Saturday, February 20th, 6 days after the release. That's the Saturday following it. Highest, that's the second highest rated card. I'll talk about the second highest rated card. Didn't move much at all through the week. A dud investment. I think it was Jimmy Graham. Left outside linebacker also released on February 14th, 2/14. Price spiked on Justin Houston, 89 overall, then went back down some before hitting its peak the weekend following the set. See a trend? But although, you know, both the cards are lower now than at its peak last weekend. And if you look at the other cards released for left outside linebacker set, in case you're thinking about investing into those other lower elites, for example, Ryan Kerrigan spiked the day / morning of the release and has only gone down back to his pre-position hero set price. That's a bust for these buy and hold methods of the highest overall cards. So, especially with those solos coming out giving free players, I don't see the low overall elite golds being worth our time. Best, I guess, is if you have them sell within 30 minutes of server changeover or whenever EA posts their blog, as that's when their prices are going to be the highest of all time. And make sure you try and offload those pretty much the day or the next day, because I see no trend for those medium elites going up. Alright, so the next weekend we had fullback and cornerbacks. You know, it's hard to draw conclusions on these sets because of the 74 overall gold in the cornerback sets and the wonkiness of the fullback class. But looking at Phillip Gaines, he's the highest one in the he's the 74 overall, the highest one in this cornerback set. He was 100k through the first day before getting to 300k by that night. He then went back down in price for a couple days before spiking back up the next weekend, again continuing our trend. It's due, I think, these price spikes following weekend due to more people being on and doing sets during the weekend. So yeah, so you can make money early in the day if you buy these lower overall golds, and then they'll spike up by the end of the day because people are doing the solos, putting them out. Anyways, let's go on to the wide receivers, which was released 2/28. And a funny thing happened today with wide receivers. We were expecting 74s or 79 or 89 overalls, so 74 overall golds or 89 overall elites to be the market makers, to be basically the set's rare cards. But EA curved us again this week, as they've done the last couple, with a 90 overall Antonio Brown and no 74s. So the 89 Dez and 89 Road to the Playoff Macklin, which are both in the set and thought to have been a good investment, really haven't moved much, which surprised me. Dez is up a little, of course, but Macklin has flatlined basically. Dude's dead. But give it until late this week. For those who have, actually, that's probably a bad idea. I wouldn't wait for those two. I would sell them as soon as you can, because I don't see their price spiking quite like Antonio Brown. I do have it written down here that I do think their price will go up, but based on history, I do not think. Now that I'm thinking more, and I'm sorry for that. I will edit the script before putting it up on my blog, Gutfoxx.com. All right, so the money shot here seems to be that 90 overall Antonio Brown. His buy now is 98K as of this recording. I expect it to be 150 next Saturday after the collectibles flood packs through this week. Again, take all that advice with a grain of salt. If you lose your shirt, I'm not buying you a new one. But yeah, Antonio Brown's looking like a solid investment based off the first couple sets, left outside linebacker, tight end, and what we've seen so far with the spike on the following weekend. So I think he's only going up in price, but next weekend you'll see a return on investment. Like a high-end prostitute, it takes quite a bit of currency to get into him, but the payoff will be worth it. So free safety, which was also released today, Sunday, which was yesterday for you people on Monday listening to this as it's being released. Also released today was a Weddle. And the same goes for him as it goes for Antonio Brown and the wide receiver sets. Buy and hold. See if you can get a good price on them, though. Don't pay an inflated market price, because you always want to, even though it's a good investment, they will go up. You still want to get the maximum profit possible, and patience is key for a lot of this stuff to get that price. All right, so as we've seen with the most rare, highest overalls, they get the biggest bump in coin value. That's really expected in any market. The most rares go up when something's being completed. So let's go through the highest overalls from the base set or road to the playoffs and try to determine which cards are winners. I will post this information on my website, Gutfoxx.com, so you can all reference it at any time. I'll link that in the description, of course. But these are basically the candidates to buy and hold. And again, all these are really risky bets. If the 74 overall golds get added back to the sets, unlike this week, this will be pointless speculation, as those will be the only ones. But with the highest risks come the highest rewards, and let's do it. All right, quarterback, Rodgers, 91. He's going for about 38K. Brady is at 90, 38K, and there's no 89 overall quarterback. So it's going to be one of those two that'll probably be the top-end quarterback. My money's on Brady, but that means nothing. It's 50-50 there. So you can invest in both of them or none of them. It doesn't really look like one candidate like there are at other positions. All right, halfback, Lynch, 90 overalls, 40K. Le'Veon Bell's 89 overalls, 35. Murray's 89 is 26K. This is tough to call. My money's on Le'Veon Bell for some strange reason. Maybe it's because I'm a Steelers fan and his name sticks out. So that's another tough position to really speculate on, because especially with those prices on those guys, one of them will probably go up. The other two will flatline or go down slightly. You might be able to make your coins back on the other two. So if you invest in all three, your investment is diversified, which means you will probably make your money on one of them to make up for the losses or flatlines on the other two. All right, wide receiver Calvin Johnson. So the two 89 and 90 wide receivers. Calvin Johnson's the only 89 wide receiver left, or 90 and above, for the base set or road to the playoffs. The only problem with Calvin Johnson is that I estimate it's going to be 2 months you got to hold on to him. Just because of the number of wide receivers, number of position hero sets, there's going to be 24, I think, with kicker and punters. No, 26 with kicker, punters, 2 wide receivers, 2 cornerbacks. That's not right. I'd have to do that in my head again. Maybe let's say 24. And we've gotten 3 weeks done. So we've got quite a while to go here still. That's the only issue with Kelvin, but I think he's going to pay off well. All right, left tackle Joe Thomas, 90 overall for 70K. I'd say he's a good bet, that he will be the one. I do not believe there's an 89 left tackle, so most likely it will be him. Evan Mathis, 89, 40K. He is our best bet at left guard. That's probably the best bet to pay off for his price to triple. But again, we don't know when these sets are releasing, but that is one I will be looking at, speculating in. All right, for center, Rodney Hudson's got an 89 road to the playoff, which is 70K. Nick Mangold has an 89 overall, which is 35K. Not really sure. This again is 50-50. I'm imagining both will be into the set though. So really either one of them could pay off. All right, right guard, Marshall Yanda. He's our 90 overall for 62K. Basically the only one near that at right guard. So that's what I'll be taking a look at. Right tackle, Sebastian Vollmer. 89, great, another good one to invest in at right tackle. He's going for 54K though, so a little pricier than you'd like to see. I think a little bit of that speculation is already bought in by for some players. But all right, let's move on to the defense and left end. JJ Watt. But yeah, so mine so far, left guard and right tackle are the bests. JJ Watt's 91, 68K, 91. Cletus Campbell, road to the playoff, is 41K, and Cameron's an 88 for 6K. I don't know. I wouldn't go in the Cameron wake. Probably Campbell. Do you think they put JJ Watt in a set like that? Well, they might. Another 50-50 between those two. Which two are going to be in the set? So either invest in both of them or neither of them. At right end, road to the playoff, Ansa is 89 overall at 83K, and Robert Quinn's 88 at 8K. I'd say Ansa is the answer here for the one to invest in at the right end spot. And Ndamukong Suh, 89. We're running out of a little time. I'll just go through the guys I think it's going to be. Well, no, let's just go through them all. And we'll go overtime. I'll put some pictures up if I spend too much time here as I wasted. Sorry for guys. All right, Ndamukong Suh, 89. It's 40K. Yeah, take him. I think he will be the winner there at defensive tackle. Middle linebacker, road to the playoff, Shazier is 89, along with Luke Kuechly, 89. They're both at that same rating. It's too tough to call there which one's going to pop. So either buy them both or buy neither of them. All right, right outside linebacker. Here's an interesting case. Terrell Suggs, 88, is the highest right outside linebacker, is both base and road to the playoffs. He's only 9K, though. He's the only low-priced potential high rewards choice here for position heroes. I'd say this is our speculation winner, but this also could mean the return of a 74 overall gold for this set, since no really rare cards are in here. Sean Phillips, 74 overall, sitting about 6.5K, could pay off handsomely. Or Mike Neal, 73 overall, sitting at 11K, could be the winner. I'd say if they're going to put 74s, this would be the next set to have them. And Sean Phillips and Mike Neal are the ones you want to look at for them if you're into that kind of speculation. All right, corner, Richard Sherman. I think he's a guarantee. He's 73K, though, 89 overall, and you got to hold him for about 2 months again because we've already had a corner, which is also unfortunate to have that much capital locked up that long term. Maybe I would wait maybe a month at least, month and a half before investing in any Shermans, especially with, golden tickets coming. These prices are all going to tank. Strong safety, road to the playoff. Chung is 89 overall, going for 12K. Cam Chancellor's 90 overall, going for 71K. I don't know if they'll put that 90 overall Cam Chancellor. It seems tough and a little high priced. So that process of elimination means I'm guessing Chung will be the highest priced one, although that 12K is a little low. I'd like to see guys in the 40K range for ones that I wanted to speculate in. And once again, take all these with a grain of salt. All we can do is diversify our investments and hope the wins are greater than the losses here. So hopefully this helped you. Hopefully we'll all make some coins off these position heroes. Speculation. But thanks for watching. Call to action. I'll see you tomorrow.